Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the family. I realized that I've not done like a proper reading vlog in a while. I've just been doing like random reading clips in random videos. I started reading this book on Friday. Today is Sunday. I started reading this book on Friday, and I figured I don't really have anything much to do today because I did most of my chores yesterday and I slept a lot yesterday as well. And I want to have my breakfast lunch, and I decided that yeah, we should do a reading vlog of this book. The premise is kind of similar to this book that I read last year called You Truly Assume by Leila Sabrin, and I didn't enjoy that book as much as I wanted to. So hopefully this one is much better. This is what the finished cover would look like, because this was a proof that I got in January and I've not read it. I am sorry. Along the way, I might make tea if it gets cold or I just feel like eating. I might also be reading it up until the time that I'll need to pray Asr. So I'll take a break to pray Asr. I'll just try to finish it before the end of today, like before like 12 a.m. I know there's this thing circulating about Indomie and cancer. But anyway, I have Indomie at home, so I just made Indomie and suya. I added suya and the book. So I will be eating while reading the book. So, yay!
We used to have each other's playlists. No, used to be each other's best friends. Yeah, and now we go our separate pathways, but your heart's still in mine. Yeah, and maybe we could try it next week again, but I don't wanna think what's...
I don't know if it's obvious, but I slept off while reading. Like, I actually legit slept off. So, let me be truthful and say where I am now. I'm at page 31. I slept off at page 31. So, it doesn't look like I'm going to finish this book tonight, right? So, I'm going to go pray Asr now because I woke up just in time for Asr. So, I'll go pray Asr and I will try to do this all over again. Instead of sitting here, I'll be sitting on that seat to see if that helps me not stimulate sleep kind of thing. We're finished praying and I'm back. Wait, let me take my pencil for annotation purposes. So yeah. Oops. Sorry to everybody that I'm dragging my furniture. But yeah, let's try this again, shall we? See if it works. If I manage to get to page like 50 or above, I'll give a short reading update. But what I know for a fact is I'm not finishing this book today because I mean I could try, but I don't see it happening. Let's just go. Let's just try it.
But who cares? You said that we're over, hands under covers alone this time. But everything I see still reminds me of you. Bag of all your things, the memories of when I kissed you. Remember when we used to say to each other, we belong together, me and you forever. Tell me where you've been.
Oh my god. So I am now at page 55 just because page 50 was halfway in the chapter I was reading before. So I decided to stop at chapter 5. And the story is kind of slowly unraveling. I can see the hint of like Islamophobia here and there, but it's more like school bullying, but like with an Islamophobic undertone. But what I think the story looks like it's going to be now is about like knife violence, because the book is set in London. It's about a black Somali-British girl called Ayaan, and an experience in secondary school. So right now, Ayaan, I've just gotten like the backstory of Ayaan, you know, how she came to live in Britain and her family life, experiences with bullying in school, and how the bullying is definitely, you know, laced with Islamophobia. Like the whole premise of the bullying that she experiences in school is Islamophobia, not just the fact that she's an other. And right now the story is kind of moving towards the knife violence. So there's been a stabbing around our school premises, like around the school area, and she has just discovered who the stabbing victim was. And it has like a shock effect to it, because one of our friends is calling her to tell her that this is the person that was stabbed, blah blah blah, and there's this like very dramatic ending to this chapter. So I guess I would find out why this was important in the next chapter. So far so good. It's quite fast paced. It looks like I'm going to get to page 100 before Maghrib comes in, inshallah, and Maghrib comes in a couple of minutes, maybe like 30 minutes roughly. So yeah, it looks promising. So far so good. It's promising. I've not seen any weird representation kind of thing like I noticed in You Truly Assume that was throwing me off. Everything seems very balanced so far. Good storytelling so far. So yeah, this is promising. I just finished praying Maghrib now, and before I went to pray Maghrib, let me check when I stopped. Yeah, I stopped at page 95, which is just 5 pages away from 100, so just about my mark. And the book is getting like more interesting. I kind of like the build up. I think that's one thing I like the most about this author's writing is the build up. She has a way of building story up. My last update, I was talking about how they mentioned the person that died, that was stabbed, and it sounded like a big thing. She kind of immediately jumps into the reason why it was a big deal in the other chapter while giving us a backstory. And the backstory did not feel like forced. Another thing that I've seen so far that makes me think I'm definitely going to enjoy this book more than I enjoyed You Truly Assumed is that in You Truly Assumed, the bone of contention was that there was a guy that, you know, carried out a terrorist attack, right? His name was Arabic sounding, but he wasn't a Muslim and was made obvious. But in this situation, the person that carried out the stabbing is a Muslim, right? But it was just a regular stabbing, like the horrible regular stabbing, like a mugging gone wrong kind of stabbing. It has nothing to do with like the death to disbelievers, crazy ass. I should probably not say that. But you know what I mean, like terrorist, crazy people. It was just a regular guy that committed a crime that just happened to be Muslim. But Ayaan and our friends and family and other British Muslims are facing backlash because of the fact that that guy just happens to be a Muslim. And the media is kind of trying to spin it as something that has to do with terrorism. So I like that. I like the fact that I got a different view into how you just can't win, right? You absolutely just cannot win. Islamophobia is going to present itself as Islamophobia for whatever reason. Like, it would justify its presence with anything. It doesn't matter what the circumstances. Islamophobia would justify its presence with anything. I just kind of like that this is an entirely different situation. And I also like the way that she has written Ayaan. Ayaan is a very delicate girl, but you can tell that beneath like a delicacy, there's that anger that is brewing. Like, I can just sense that there's something brewing under that girl's, like, the old persona that she's presenting. I mean, yeah, that's what she is, but there's just something brewing. It's like a storm, and the day is going to blow up. I'm ready. I'm waiting for Ayaan to blow up. Like, but yeah, also she has this friend. Her name is Andrea. Andrea is Romanian. She's British Romanian, right? Andrea is a ride or die. Like, she's a bodyguard. She's a ride or die. Like, if you want to move mad with Ayaan and Andrea is there, you are going to lose your life, basically. And I like how she has written their friendship. You know, it's very soft, tender, very simple, uncomplicated, and a safe space for Ayaan. But yeah, really enjoying this book so far. I think I'm going to try to make it to about 200 pages today and then read the remaining 150 pages tomorrow, inshallah. Just because tomorrow is bank holiday, I don't have anything I'm doing anyway, except to run a few errands and see some people. But yeah, I'm going to go and make dinner now, and I may or may not get some more reading clips before I pray Shah and pass out. So I will see you in a bit. The rice in question. Good morning. So, I slept off yesterday. But this morning, before I start reading, I want to quickly make this sahlab. Abeni put me on this thing back in 2021. I think it's Palestinian sahlab. So you're supposed to make 4 cups of boiling milk. I don't have boiling milk, so I just use boiling water and peak milk. And then you're supposed to empty the sachet of the sahlab into a pan. So I'm just going to do that now. And then when we have the sahlab ready, I'll start reading. And then I'm going to add some cinnamon. Because, you know, it's supposed to look like so. So I don't have pistachio seeds, but I went down and picked some from inside my granola. This is what it looks like finally. And now I'm going to go and start reading. And this is going to be my breakfast today. Very light.
Yeah, do you use the back of your camera?
Yeah, always.
It's always better, yeah. It's always way better, yeah.
Plus it doesn't, like, I don't get distracted. I don't start looking at it. Yeah, I just start looking at it. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Do you want to be using one?
Okay.
Are you right? Yeah. I think so. I can't remember, it's been so long. Oh gosh. It's been like what, 4 years since I finished on the Quran? I can't remember.
Since our break, I'm sorry that I blamed ya for things you can't control. I've been in a daze. I left my heart out to you so you could see me through. Though you still deserve better, you stick with me, cause everything I see still reminds me of you. Bag of all your things, the memories of when I kissed you. Remember when we used to say to each other, we belong together, me and you forever. It's so annoying that you're smart, that your casual conversation, even a short duration, can cover everything from science-based to art. It's so obnoxious that you're kind, that you always have time for family and help out everybody, as if a million things don't occupy your mind. If you could be just a little less perfect, then I could say I don't have time and it's not worth it. But how is a girl to resist you? Oh, hi!
Finished this book on, I think, Wednesday. Yeah, finished it on Wednesday. But like read the last couple of pages yesterday. So anyway, let's just say I finished it yesterday, right? You Think You Know Me by Ayaan Mohamud. The last time I gave like a proper update, I told you that I could feel Anand's anger and I can feel her going to explode at some point. And that was a very accurate thing because at some point she just blew up. She didn't do anything dramatic or overly like reactive or anything weird like that, but you could tell that she has had enough because she just stopped trying to be the perfect Muslim, because she realized that all of the perfect thing that she has been trying to do, you know, trying to show them that she can be a good student, trying to show them that she doesn't react like when they taunt her in school, the Islamophobic comments. She just realized that it hasn't done her any good, because there was a very traumatic event that happened later on in the book. So I didn't mention, but at the beginning of the book there is a trigger warning for violence, racism that readers might find distressing. And yes, it's Islamophobia, right? There is a level of violence that is expected to show up in the book. So after going through that traumatic experience, which I don't want to mention because I don't want to spoil the book, that was when she came to that realization that, there's no how you want to, get good at perfecting bending over backwards to be their token Muslim. People that want to be Islamophobic will still be Islamophobic. People that want to judge you, and people that see the good in you will see the good in you regardless. So I really like that. I like that she also got to let go of the firstborn daughter syndrome that she was carrying. Like, how mad it was that I could tell that this was what Ayaan was going through in the book. Like, when she talks about like her inner thoughts and when she's doing like musings and stuff, I could tell that this was what she was going through. But until later on in the book, I didn't put a name to that thought. Like, the feeling I knew that I could relate to with Ayaan, I didn't put a name to it. So yeah, it was nice to also see her shed that luggage of firstborn daughter syndrome thing that she had going on for her. It was a lot. Another thing that I really like about this book is how the author talks about the refugee experience without giving them the name refugee. Not that there's anything wrong with the name refugee, but I kind of like the fact that she dissociates that name from Ayaan and her family, because she instead focuses on the journey that people take towards becoming refugees. Because especially in like countries like the UK, right, the word refugee is very, very politicized. It doesn't just mean somebody that is seeking refuge, right? There's a lot of political baggage that comes with it. So I'm glad that she kind of shifts the focus away from the name and focused squarely on the experience that people the things that people have to go through to get to the stage where they become refugees, right? So she focuses on Ayaan's life in Somalia before they had to move, and the journey that they especially took from Somalia to Kenya before coming to the UK, right? So I didn't even realize that they were officially refugees in the book until towards the end of the book, right? When I realized that, oh yeah, of course they are refugees. That's the whole point, right? So yeah, I really like that as well. Also love how Islam, like, the fact that Ayaan is she physically presents as a Muslim girl. She's active with her faith. She believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like actively. She genuinely finds comfort in like praying, reading the Quran and stuff like that. I like that in this book. It's not made hyper visible, but it's present. It's similar to what Leila Blayla does with Muslim characters. It's similar to what Yasmin Abdul Majid did with Layla in You Must Be Layla. So I find that that's what I kind of like there should be a balance in the fact that they are Muslim and they present as Muslim, but don't make it hyper visible, like you're trying to cater towards a particular audience, right? So yeah, I really like this book. I thought it was a bit long at some points because it's like 350 pages. I thought some of the details were a bit unnecessary, but yeah, it's overall a very good debut. I would absolutely read whatever else this author writes. Like, absolutely would read anything else she writes. Another thing that I really fancied is how she portrays the male Muslim, like the male Somali characters in this book. So Ayaan's father and her brother Hussein. There's this stereotypical idea of what a Muslim Somali-British man is, right? Like, the way they speak, their attributes, or the way they relate to their female folks and stuff like that. There's a stereotype, right? There's definitely a stereotype. I like that I don't know if she actively inverted the stereotype, but I really love how she portrayed the two male Muslim characters in this book. They were portrayed as very kind people, right? Very, very involved with their family. The relationship between Hussein and Ayaan is beautiful. Aside from the fact that they're twins, right? They just have a very beautiful relationship, very empathetic, very soft relationship that they have. I just really, really appreciated that. But yeah, overall, I'll give this book a 4 stars just because, yeah, at some point I just thought, you could have shortened this. Like, you could have shortened this, right? I really recommend it, and I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to do more reading vlogs, because I think I want to do more, right? I'm doing this video on my lunch break, so I need to go now. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Can't blame a girl for trying to take it slow. Oh, how is a girl to receive?